what do you think the realistic expectations should be for Dre Greenlaw when he eventually does come back? I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these games. These are all playoff games essentially, and having Greenlaw comes back seems so like Willis Reed. It's very like a fairy tale. But what is the reality here? What can he really be expected to give this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say because we're talking about the most serious injury in the sport, Achilles, and he ruptured it. But I've been told from people who have had the Achilles that once you had the surgery, they lock in the Achilles and you can like almost never rupture it again. So I don't know about his conditioning or how he's moved to practice. We've only gotten really small glimpses. And I don't have a good feel for how he's moving yet. So I can't really say firsthand. He looks great. I haven't seen him look great yet on the field, but I think that if he's in decent condition, I think he can get back to what he was in short order. I don't think we're going to see a diminished player. I think modern medicine has gotten to the point where they can put you back together and you don't lose a lot. I don't think Achilles is where you lose speed. I think it's other injuries that cause you more speed. So we'll have to see, but I'm hopeful that he can be very similar to the player who he was.
Sure. I'm hopeful he can as well. I just wonder in his first games back if you could just put him at weak side linebacker and tell him play 100% of the snaps. I don't think that's probably prudent or fair. So I think maybe he's a strong side linebacker at first, and maybe he gets 30% of the snaps in his first game and then 50% of the snaps in the second game. I think that'd probably be the best way to go about it. Start him slow, give him a package, and then go from there. I think that's sort of what I'm getting at with him. I don't think you can necessarily expect him to play against the Rams or the Dolphins and just be like, boom, first game back is Dre Greenlaw. I don't know about that.
I don't know either. Yeah, and he's been out a long time. I mean, he hasn't played since February, and he plays kind of a position where it's a little bit of a feel. So, I'm not sure what to expect. I'm hopeful that he's incredible. We all know what kind of player he is, but you're right. I mean, there's no guarantees. And as far as how they structure it, man, I love what I'm seeing out of D. Winters the last few weeks. I mean, this game, he was really flying. I mean, he's always been plays fast, but he was really flying around in this game. And I just think they need that speed. They need that second level speed. And he needs to not fall off tackles and secure a few more. But, man, if D. Winters can continue to improve, if Campbell gets a little bit better, maybe, they can give Greenlaw the kind of the slow ramp up that he may need.
Gold-blooded says Jauan's nickname should be the contestant. All he does is make contested catches. He's a lot of fun to watch. I like watching him. He should be a captain next year.
He's amazing, man. He's an amazing guy. Here's the other thing, too. So, I like to sometimes ask, do interviews in the locker room and ask players non-football questions if we're just messing around. And so one of the questions I've asked through the years is, hey, man, shit's going down, whatever. You're in a bar, shit's going down. You can have any guy in this room covering your backside. Who do you want rolling up covering you? And guys it's hilarious when I ask the question, Grant, because guys literally will start looking around the room like, yeah, who would have my back, And there was a lot of Kinlaws through the years because Kinlaw is just a monster.
I'm picking Kinlaw too. I'm picking Kinlaw too.
There's a lot of Greenlaws.
I definitely want Kinlaw to have my back for sure.
Yeah, the violence of Greenlaw. But JJ, I mean, how many people name a wide receiver as the toughest guy in the room? But there were several guys who'd be like, yeah, Jauan for sure, man. Jauan.
You know who Jauan kind of reminds me of? And not necessarily his style of play, but like his trajectory from being a 7th round guy to a slot guy to being a number 1 option? Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman. 7th round pick.
Different kinds of players, of course. But
yeah, totally different. But the same way they worked their way into being a featured guy, just being a maniacal player.
Well, and, here's the thing, too. When they drafted him, so many people from Tennessee were like, this guy's awesome. And I'm like, he ran no idea. He ran 4.76. You know, there's backup.
Yeah, the Niners were still
guards
more intrigued by Jalen Hurd, and Vols fans were
Right.
like, no. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
seriously, Tennessee fans were like, "Oh, you don't realize you got this guy. Oh, this guy's amazing." And usually I figured, oh, well, you know, he probably had a couple big college catches, and he's, you know, but he's probably not that great. I get it. I get it. I totally see it now. It's like this is the guy. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy is. If you could clone this guy and put every guy on the team with this kind of toughness, this kind of determination, this kind of fire, you'd win every Super Bowl, man. You'd win every Super Bowl. I mean, guy's a hell of a player. He really is.